Joining me now, Mads Brown, Head of Product from Fortress Esports. Mads, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Can you tell us a bit about who you are and what you do?
Yeah, so I'm head of product at Fortress. Essentially, I lead a team that are responsible for developing pretty much all of the customer experiences at Fortress. So that would range from our sort of casual entertainment packages that might be packages that include PC or console or even board game play. Also ranges to our food and bev experience. So we've got a restaurant and two bars. So our food menu, our cocktail menu, also things like merchandise, and then also the development of entertainment experiences as well. Things like esports tournaments. It might be meet and greets with influencers, or get to know a game developer or something like that. But essentially, it's quite lucky because we get to work on so many different things, but essentially anything to do with customer experience, marketing of those products, anything to do with the venue or our online events is essentially the team that my team works on.
Yeah, well, you're keeping busy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I guess it must be pretty strange at the moment, having just launched and then having to close your doors so quickly.
Yeah, it's Corona's been really difficult on us. I think as a business that really defines itself by its physicality, it's being in lockdown's been very difficult. But I guess part of the silver lining, I suppose, is we really see ourselves as sort of the cultural home for all gamers in Australia. So whether that's online gaming or tabletop gaming, whether that's really casual gaming or competitive, we really see ourselves as a hub for those gamers to get together, to play together, to meet each other. And we can really do that in a physical space and in an online space. And during this lockdown period, we've been able to focus on developing things that we probably wouldn't have done if we were open, for the entirety of this year. So while we were open, I think it was 4 days we were open for, and it was a really amazing 4 days. We had about 2,500 people come through the door on the first day, which was really amazing. And that was really the first day that COVID started getting serious. It was the day that, the Grand Prix was cancelled. And it was on that day, it was such a hectic day for our staff. We've been working up to this point for, almost 2 years now. And as we were sort of run off our feet on that day, we were getting more and more news that things were shutting or things were getting a lot more serious. And then within a few days, it just fell off a cliff, and we decided to shut the doors to just make sure that we were keeping, our staff and patrons safe.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's been a bit of a roller coaster for our staff. I guess we've been so concentrated. I mean, we built this incredible venue. It's really one of a kind, state-of-the-art venue that we were really excited to welcome people into, and we were really focused on that. And all of our products were really about creating a really amazing customer experience in the venue. And since lockdown, we've really shifted to how do we take all of the things that we built for the physical and transfer it to a digital, and how can we foster our community and provide a cultural hub for gamers across Australia as well. So our team has become very multidisciplinary over this time. A lot of our team that are in the development of products and now in the execution of product as well. So a lot of my team run broadcast as well out of our broadcast and production area, which is really exciting and really fun. And we're really just trying to make the best of this situation.
Yeah, it's a lot to take on, and it must have been a pretty hard call to make. But you do have a new announcement. This week you've launched the Valorant. Is that how I'm saying it? I actually haven't played it yet. I
Valorant,
admitted to
yeah.
you just before we started, but I have downloaded it. I'm going to play it. So take us through this new tournament.
Yeah.
It sounds huge, big prize money too.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Just to give a preface on what Valorant is, it's a tactical team-based game that's very much similar to games like Counter-Strike or Overwatch, where you've got a team of 5 and you've got 2 teams and they both have objectives, and they're trying to collect points along each of the rounds depending on who meets that objective or not. It's pretty much the hottest game at the moment. It's been really incredible. It's been a global sensation. People are loving it. It's a hell of a lot of fun. You're really going to enjoy it once you get into it. And we've teamed up. So Riot are the developers that have created this game, and they've they also have League of Legends, which has been a really successful game, and also an esports around the world. So they've created Valorant, and we're teaming up with them. They've only launched it this year, and it's part of the Global Ignition series, and we're running the Oceanic leg of that, which is starting on August 8th. We're doing a massive tournament. It's going to be 5 weekends across August and the beginning of September. 10 broadcast days. We've got $70,000 in prizes, and that includes a $15,000 cash prize pool for the top 10 teams, but also includes 300 Alienware proofable drops. So that would be headsets, keyboards, and mice to players across the whole tournament. And that's just random drop based. So even if you're entering the tournament just for fun, you can still win along the way as well.
Oh, it sounds pretty awesome. I don't know. I'll have to practice a bit if I wanted to consider competing.
I think one thing that we're really focused on for this tournament, but also everything that we do at Fortress, is really about welcoming people who either have never played games competitively before or feel like they're not good enough to compete. We really see this as creating a bridge for people to feel comfortable to do this, because it can be really alienating. I mean, you see videos and pictures of big esports tournaments around the world and you go, wow, that's something that I could never be involved in. But we really think that, we've opened this tournament up to unlimited teams of any skill level. And we really want people to think of esports as a way to have fun, very much like you would if you joined, your local footy team or your local soccer team or OzTag or something on a Wednesday night just to have a bit of fun. You can really transfer that to a competitive environment in gaming as well, and just use it as a way to, meet up with your friends in lockdown even, and just have a bit of fun.
Well, it sounds big, but how big is it for Melbourne especially?
Well, we think it's pretty big, especially in the current state where pretty much all of the major esports tournaments have been postponed. We had, what was really exciting was IAM was moving to Melbourne this year. Unfortunately, that's been postponed to next year. Same with MEO, which is the Melbourne Esports Open, has been postponed as well. So this is something that we're really excited about putting on, because it's giving a lot of the esports community around Australia as well as in Melbourne something to do and really engage in it, as well, with a really popular and exciting title.
And how can people get involved from home? Is this something that they can watch on Twitch, or how can we see it?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we really hope that people will want to participate, because again, it's really just about trying it out, having a bit of fun. To do that, all you have to do is register with a team. You need 5 people in your team. And then you can play across 6 qualifying days, and you can play on up to 4 of those days. So even if you wanted to do it just for fun, you could do that. If you just wanted to watch, we're also broadcasting on Twitch from our Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/FortressMelb. And you can get involved like that. We also have, which is really exciting, $30,000 worth of drops for spectators too. So if you're just watching along, you might have a chance to win a drop as well.
Oh, awesome. All right, well, I'll definitely be watching. So I saw in the trailer that you guys put out a big Fortress trophy. Is that real?
Yeah. Yes, it is real. If we weren't in the middle of COVID restrictions, we would absolutely be running a LAN finals, which is where we would fly all the teams into the arena. We have an incredible arena. We've got a 200 seated grandstand, an incredible 27 square meter LED screen, and a broadcast area in here as well. You can see it in my background. We would have done a full LAN finals with spectators and had the beers flowing, and the palmies and the burgers and everything going, and had that trophy as well. Unfortunately, at this stage, we're unable to do that, so it's going to be a completely online event. But yes, we do have a Fortress trophy, and that's been designed. So Fortress has developed a bunch of characters that our CEO, he actually wrote the backstories to each of them, and we got game artists to actually develop them up into both 3D models, but we've got lore behind them. We've got sort of their symbols and their history sort of integrated into all these different parts of the venue, especially the tavern, which is our medieval tavern restaurant bar, which is really awesome. And that trophy has been designed with sort of our good boss and our bad boss. So you've got your unicorn on one side, and then you've got sort of your evil boss on the other, whose name is Kadath. So that's been developed up by a bunch of game artists, and then we've got that created up by I guess a trophy maker. It weighs a hell of a lot. I think it's about 10 kilos, so it's very difficult to lift, but it's very cool.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see this tournament and how it's going to work, and I also can't wait for Fortress to reopen its doors once all this ends, this madness.
Yeah.
But that's
we're really excited.
Yeah, light at the end of the tunnel still seems so far away.
Definitely it does, but I think it's been nice for the team especially to be able to work on something this huge while we're locked down. It really gives us something to keep striving for while we can't have people in the venue and really enjoying all the things that we created, over the last couple of years. But it's still exciting to be able to engage with gamers the way that we've always wanted to.
It's pretty incredible stuff. Mads, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to seeing what else Fortress pull out.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you. Cheers.